Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the loudest fucking game we've ever played. How you doing, Max?
I'm pretty good tonight. How about yourself?
Good. We've just arrived at Port Vagina. Oh, Port Agnia. I'm sorry.
I thought it was angina. Wow,
Angina.
Port angina.
Port mild heart condition. B965E. I'm glad that they keep it like right fucking up there so that I don't have to like open my journal to look it up.
Yeah. Hey, so you've been hearing about the stuff that's happening between Apple and Epic, or I guess it's Google.
Yeah,
too,
dude, they're like
really
in
it's
full-on
Apple
war
and
with
Epic.
each other.
Seriously,
But like
it's
Google's
crazy.
like stoking it on.
Google is, I guess, Epic has a outstanding. They have suit against Google as well. But
Right.
I think they're focusing on Apple at least in the media. I'm tripping on my words tonight. But like, they're focusing on Apple because I think Google, you can sideload whatever you want onto an Android phone.
Yeah.
And with Apple, it's totally controlled with the App Store. If you're not in the App Store, you're off.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Apple takes a bigger cut too, right, from their App Store purchases.
I think it's the same cut.
It is?
I think
Okay.
both Google and Apple is 30%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and even with like Sony and Microsoft, like I feel like on their stores, they get a pretty similar cut, like 30% or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think Apple won. It's kind of easy because they're a really big company.
Mhm.
But I think the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think Epic got in a little over its head there.
I think so. I think they did because now that Apple's cutting them off like from all of their tools, I think Epic's freaking out a little bit.
You know,
I don't know. I can't help but cheer on Epic because I think Apple's policy, like 30%, that is bullshit.
yeah,
And when you have no other recourse, when you can't sideload anything and it has to be on the App Store or else, like,
that's fair.
their policy sucks, but it's also it is their store, you know.
Utero
Like-
Gardens. Now that I'm reading correct, right?
What is it?
Utero Gardens.
No, I think you are.
Okay. But to go off what you said, like, strangely enough, like, you know, they're both like mega corporations with billions of dollars and no honest care for me, the consumer. But
Yeah.
I'm actually a little bit more on Apple's side with this one. And
Yeah.
not for any, like, deliberate business reason. Like, I've read all the articles, and this is an informed decision. I just still harbor a grudge against Epic for, like, what they've done to Steam with their stupid Epic Store exclusives.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to use Steam. Like, I know I'm being a bitter old man here, and I know that the Epic Store is fine and it's not spyware or anything like that. But like, I'm 33 years old. I just want to like boot up my computer, have one game launcher, and have that game launcher be Steam, where all of my other games are. You know,
I get it.
And so like Epic, like just dominating the market. And to be fair to Epic, it's not like they're dominating the market with like cutthroat policies. All they're doing is they're taking a smaller cut than Steam is taking. From developers. And so the developers are favoring Epic because, you know, they sell more copies on Epic, they get more of the profits that they've earned.
That's
I
true.
understand that.
They're also using money to get some timed exclusives. That's totally true too.
But goddamn it, I just like Steam. I'm sorry. I like
that,
Valve. I you know, like I've been using it ever since I was in high school, and I just fucking like Steam.
Like, I know the logic, and I think ultimately competition is good. I think it drives everyone to do better. Like, oh shit, Epic's, you know, we're either going to sit here and let them eat our lunch,
Right.
or we have to start getting more aggressive ourselves, you know, with Steam. And it's like, oh, everyone benefits, and that's a good thing. But at the same time, it doesn't always work out that way. Sometimes you just lose the big thing that had everything. And now it's all over the place.
Yeah, which is where I really see this going, because Steam realistically isn't going to just like Epic's not going to win. Like that's the problem with like fanboy culture, is basically exactly what I just provided an example of. You get just like brand loyalists, and they're like, oh no, PlayStation sucks, Xbox is the best, and it'd be great if Sony's offices burned down. Like, no, it fucking wouldn't, because
No.
then the quality of everything Xbox does would become shit. And it's the same way with Steam and Epic. Like, if one goes out the door, the other one's gonna slack because they're not competing with anything.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
Yeah.
They have
No, you're
control of
right.
the
There's
market.
certainly like inherent flaws in the capitalist machine, but you know, that's
I
true of
do-
every business.
This is a bit of a selfish thing, but I do get what you're saying as far as like, you know what, I had everything in one place. You know, with Steam, I just like Steam.
It is like Steam. Is that
Yeah.
wrong?
Hey, you know what? I like Netflix, but I also like Netflix a lot when Netflix was the only show in town, you
Right.
know?
Yeah, that's true.
When It wasn't a whole lot of originals, but they had a shit ton of movies, man.
Mhm.
And they had like every sitcom show I could ever ask for.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
they
I did
had
like it
all of
when
those
like
things.
Netflix like a one-stop shop for like everything, and
Yeah, they
and
used to
now
have
it's like
everything.
Disney Plus. Hulu has some good stuff. Amazon Prime has
Yeah.
some good stuff. And
HBO
I-
Max.
And what's
and they're
really
all better
annoying,
for it,
I refuse
like,
HBO Max. I'm not
Yeah, me
paying
too.
$20 a month to fucking stream Game of Thrones.
to watch Friends or shit.
Yeah, Friends. God damn it. That's right. They got Friends.
They got Friends. They're the
But
only
you know,
ones
like
that have it.
already, like even what basically I do three main streaming services. I do Netflix because you know I've always had Netflix and I want to see the next season of The Witcher, and you know you can always find something good on Netflix. Disney Plus because it's Disney, right? And
Yeah.
that's always going to be like good movies. And then Amazon Prime because not because like I went out of my way to get Prime TV, but it comes with Amazon Prime,
It
so
comes
we have
with
it.
the shipping. Yeah.
And lo and behold, there's actually a couple things on it that I really enjoy.
Yeah.
Jack Ryan comes to mind. But the problem now is even with just those three services, I have to like remember what is where. And like if I randomly hear about like a movie and it's like, oh, that sounds interesting, and then it's not on like one of my three fucking stream services, like I rage on all of them. It's like, well, what the hell am I paying for?
Now I get it.
Like
It's like, should this
you
be
brought
everything?
up you brought up Blade Runner, and like I've been for some reason I think it's because of Cyberpunk I've been wanting to watch Blade Runner, and it's not on anything. You have to buy Blade Runner.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of like you're paying for these services. Once you pay for enough services, it's like, well, what's really changed? I
Right.
used to pay for cable back in the
Can
day.
you hear me?
yeah,
that was really
and now like
expensive.
if you get any more
are
than
you
like
today?
3 or 4 services, it's as expensive as cable. So why do it?
Yeah. You do have more choice
Other than
where
cable
you can
sucks, I
watch
mean.
what you want to watch when you want to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, and I do think this system
Fine.
is definitely
You can
better,
answer
like
him,
a lot
Candace.
better
I am an
than what it was,
automaton.
what cable was back in the
I am a
day.
dog.
Yeah.
But I
Or a
remember
car.
Netflix,
I
yeah,
am a
used to be the
dog
one-stop
car.
shop that had
How
everything.
strange.
You
Yeah.
know?
Hey,
The
fella,
thing is
you're
like
a box.
Netflix is focusing a
I
lot more on their
am in a
originals
box.
now,
Yeah,
and I think
they
they're
are.
going in a
William.
good direction.
What are you
like
if you're not a
it
box?
was.
Netflix has
That-
great originals,
I
dude.
am William.
They,
But what
and they
are
had
you?
House of Cards. And they had some stuff
I
back
was
in the day,
a
but they
sous
didn't
chef
have a
in
whole
Little
lot.
China, but not
And
anymore.
now they're
I'm
getting
moving
they
up
have
in
their
the world.
originals, but they
In a
also
way
have the
that makes
quote
me
unquote
sad.
originals, which
How
really is
come?
just like they have exclusive
Because
distribution rights in the
I won't be
States.
able to talk to
Yeah,
little
like
And
honestly,
there's
most
a lot
of
of-
what I watch that's new these days is
That would be a
Netflix. Like
shame.
The
Yeah, me
Witcher,
too.
But it will all
The
be
Witcher,
worth it.
Stranger
Avalon
Things,
Heights. I can't
Castlevania,
wait.
Black
What will you do
Mirror.
up there?
I'll probably end up getting into
Brilliant.
Altered Carbon
It's
now that you
exciting.
mentioned it.
Yes.
Maybe
like,
I'll be working as a
Netflix is
personal
just
assistant to some pop
they
star.
just know
Or maybe even a
good
CEO.
television.
Perhaps
Yeah,
I'll be an
I don't know if
executive
they're
at
just
one
like
of
getting
the
all
big
these really
calls.
good deals,
Hiring
people
and
with
firing.
ideas,
Like
or if
people
they're
who work
just
for them are
happen to get
fucking
the ones,
creative.
One day.
I mean, like
or they get the ones that cable TV. They're like, no, that's never gonna play.
right,
you
that's
know?
how they
I'm
got
sure
their
in the
start, right?
beginning-
Like they took the like that's what happened with House of Cards, right? Like no one
Yeah.
thought anyone wanted to
TNT
see
or
like a political
AMC
drama
didn't
about
want
a politician who wasn't the hero, right? But
Yeah,
oh fuck, dude, that like the first 2 seasons of that were
Now that I will be
intense.
rich,
yeah.
Then it got really shitty.
I was
But
about to say, I actually never watched beyond season 2.
you don't really need to,
So-
because like it's where
That's what
Kevin
I've heard.
Spacey's career started to fall apart because of
Thanks.
like raping
And I've
people,
only been a driver
and
for a while.
like
Gotcha.
you know,
I
like
was a
they
musician.
kind of told the story
perhaps I
they
should be a musician.
that they needed to tell in the first 2 seasons, and then like it turns out like actually seeing him as president was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Maybe it hit like a little too close to reality with Trump being president. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I get that.
Rania
Well,
lost
he
her
wasn't
home,
like.
and we were evicted, boss.
Is that starting with season
I
3
mean,
or season 4?
William,
That he
Season 3, I believe, is the first season where he's like actually
Why?
president.
full on, yeah.
I think he gets like in season 2,
yes.
like there's like a
Can't be
technicality that
very
happens,
I have
and
heard.
he's
She had to
like
sell
he
my
gets
body
the
for
president
money,
to
too.
resign or
A
something like that.
circumstance
And,
with which I
but like
am
that's the thing,
familiar.
like it's all him
I
like being
sold my
sneaky and
body
underhanded
wholesale.
and like doing all these
Yeah.
dirty tricks to get
Chef's
power.
Android
But then
body
once
is
he
worth a
has
lot these
power, it's just
days.
like, oh wow, like a
My
really
body
bad
was
guy
the
is doing
only
really
part
bad
of me
things
worth
with power. What do you?
Yeah.
I'm just a head
It's
and a
weird that
dream.
you kind of
Can
root
we
for
open the
him.
box to
Yeah,
see
at
it?
first.
I wanna see
At
the
first,
head.
and then it's like,
No,
wait,
we're not
why?
allowed to open the
Right.
packages. We're not
You want to
supposed
see
to
him beat
speak to
the odds,
them
I guess, is
either.
what
Yeah,
it
I
is.
am
right.
Because
sad.
he is kind of an underdog.
Yeah,
You'll
right.
get over
At
it.
first.
And I mean, like,
Yes,
let's be
Logan.
real, he's a
Don't
Democrat,
worry.
so that's cool.
One day you'll
He's like,
have a
yeah, he's
lovely
definitely like a
body
Dixiecrat.
mine.
Yeah,
What
it's
will your
kind of
new
interesting
body
though
be
to
like?
that show
I'm sure
in a
it will be
weird way is
something
like
good.
already an
I
antique
traded my
because
old body, my
like
apartment, and
nobody
all
knows
my
like
savings for this place
what
on
a
a
Southern
plan.
Democrat is anymore. Like
Surely
a Southern
they have
Democrat,
the
that's just
best Android frames
nonsense,
there,
right?
too.
But no, like that's back when kind of like the roles were reversed, and like party policy actually meant something. There were some, like you said, some Dixiecrats who were really about like like to use like the term that gets abused these days, but like big government bailouts and like higher government spending and like basically making sure that they were getting their money's worth out of their tax dollars, right? That was like the Democrats' big thing. But anymore, it's like, okay, so both parties are going to take your money, but like Democrats are going to do things like build streets. Republicans are going to do things like give it to their friends. And so like pick your
trends.
Yeah, right. Like there's no such thing as a fiscal conservative anymore. And if they are, they're certainly nowhere near the Trump
They're
White
not
House.
in the they're not really in the party right now,
Yeah.
That
like
was a Republican
we're
for a
like
different
what
era.
$70 trillion in debt or some like astronomically unfathomable number like that. Like how can we're never gonna, like, in our lifetime, Max, like we're gonna let's say you and I, like, by some miracle of science, live to be like 120 years old. We're still gonna be paying that debt that got accumulated from 2016 to 2020.
Yeah.
Like,
And
mathematically, there's no way to surmount it.
No.
At least
unless our
not in
economy,
our lifetime.
Like, no, and that's our economy is never going to pick up in a way where we like control the world or something.
Right.
Like,
Well, and even
yeah,
if
the
it
amount of
did,
debt
what are we
that
going
we
to do?
have-
Just like not spend for 50 years in order to pay off all this money we owe? That's just not realistic.
and it didn't take a whole lot of time to rack this up, huh?
No,
Like,
it didn't. Like
what was it
Obama
under the
did an
Clinton
admirable
presidency?
job of reducing the national debt brought on by the Bush war
by
machine.
Bush,
But
yeah.
but even then, like, Trump's spending makes Bush really look conservative, which he was. But like,
Which is it is sad that Trump makes Bush Jr. look downright competent.
well, yeah, because at the very least, like, Bush Jr. surrounded himself with people who at least knew government and how government works. Like, these people, like I used in the last episode that we were talking about, like the Postmaster General, like, he's literally just there to steal. Like, he's not, he has no interest in doing the job that he's been handed.
You're right.
He's there to
It's
dismantle the post office and steal.
The
like,
whole Trump cabinet
and
is
he's open.
basically looting
Yeah.
the government.
And he's open about that because he
plundering it.
knows he's going to get the pardon. Like, did you see when they questioned him? Like,
No.
so one of the Democratic reps straight up asked him, like, the responses you've given are so outlandish. I have to ask you, is your whole plan just to get pardoned after all this is done? and like, because what else could they ask? It's like, we thought we were going to get like some real answers to questions about like why this is happening to the post office, and he was just flippant and outlandish, and like they couldn't make heads or tails of it.
I didn't see the questioning.
Oh, it was bad.
No.
And I can't think of the guy's name because I don't really want to know his name. But just look
I know
up.
what he looks like because I've seen.
Just look up Postmaster General questioning, and you'll see the fat white bald guy in a suit looking like an asshole, and then there's your video. But they straight up asked him, like, is your plan to be pardoned?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because Trump has
you
shown
can't-
that that's how he operates. You know.
Yeah, you don't have to be smart about it. You just
Yeah.
have to be loyal.
Yeah, be
Like,
loyal and commit crimes for boss man, and he'll
Here's
bail
what I
you
can
out.
offer you
He'll
today.
bail you out. Yeah, as long as you're scratching his back, you don't give him up.
Hey, we can customize our appearance.
Cyberpunk style.
Wait. Oh, I can only sell these things.
Oh,
Oh wait, no, I can buy those. Okay, wait. So hold on a second. Sell. All right, I'm gonna sell these. Why can't I sell those? Okay, I can sell the batteries, but not the electron. Oh wait, well, there we go. Broken augments. The fisherman. Can't let it go. Metal flute.
I don't want that right now.
Okay, I think I sold what I can sell.
Okay.
Thanks.
Oh,
I look forward to seeing you again.
oh, I keep trying to navigate the menu with the right D-pad, and that is and that actually disables the user interface for some reason. So
gotcha.
what I actually ended up doing was I think I just bought a whole bunch of shit that I didn't mean to buy.
Oh, jeez.
Whoops. Oh no, I did want to buy these
You
sunglasses.
got the glasses.
Oh,
cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Look, hey.
God, look at the detail. You know, I'm talking
Very
shit,
cool.
but like if you and I saw this in like 1996, our fucking brains would have melted.
Oh yeah, this would have been crazy. And it's not. Yeah, it's not even the people. I mean, fuck. We were so impressed with FF7, and
Right.
they were like blocky people.
But like I remember
didn't-
I remember very specifically like imagining the concept of an open world and in a video game and like doing a drawing of it like it's Final Fantasy, but you can go anywhere and move anywhere at any time.
Yeah, that was like our dream shit, right?
Yeah, right.
Where
And, like we're fucking
it, wa-
living
it
it.
wa- wasn't until it wasn't until I guess like the PS3 era
Yeah,
that
the
it was
PS
starting to get realized.
They did experiment
but-
with open worlds on the PS2, but you know they weren't super detailed. I mean, they
No.
were impressive. Like the fact that, like for instance, Grand Theft Auto 3 could run on a PS2.
Yeah,
I
but they
mean,
weren't even
that's crazy.
that much bigger. Well, I guess San Andreas was kind of a big game. you
Oh
know?
yeah, for its time, for sure.
GTA 3, a lot of people say, "Oh, this is like the first open world," but it wasn't really that big.
No,
I mean, if you compare it to something like Ocarina of Time,
Mhm.
what maybe like twice as big, 3 times as big, and Ocarina of Time certainly isn't an open world game.
well, and actually, like people tend to forget that the Elder Scrolls had an open world like in the early '90s with Daggerfall. But
That's
like,
true, and Daggerfall was humongous.
yeah, Daggerfall is actually still one of the biggest open world games in existence. But the problem
Yeah.
is you can only see like 3 feet in front of you, and like if you want to navigate anywhere, you have to use like their carriage system or whatever it is, and
Mhm.
yeah, and like when we talk about like the size of its open world, we're not talking like buildings like this
A
where everything is
filled-in-
detailed. Yeah, right.
yeah,
It's
not-
like
not filled in at all.
trees, bush, walk 10 miles, come to a square building, and oh shit, I'm
Yeah.
going the wrong way. I gotta start paying attention to like what we're actually doing here.
Yeah, it really was this generation that the open world was, I think, fully realized. Where it makes sense as a game. Now everyone started doing it, and you started getting a lot of them.
Yeah,
but-
it did get oversaturated, but only because like they were figuring out how to make them bigger and bolder and more interactive each and every time. So like
Mhm.
I'm still like if a game gives me a good open world like Ghost of Tsushima, I will still be blown away by it.
Yeah. I'm still like, when I first played The Witcher 3, 2 years too late, in 2017, it was it's nuts.
That's still my
I was
gold
blown
standard.
away by the now I'm looking forward to Cyberpunk, because really just because it's the same company.
We have a
Yeah.
delivery.
And
Has a
I
lot
think
of,
I think
karma.
Cyberpunk is gonna redefine the open world motif all over again.
Yeah.
Just because like their whole goal from the beginning was like, yeah, we're making a game with a good story and really clean gameplay, but like our real goal for making this game was to create like the first living digital city.
with
Yeah.
cleaning functions.
I'm excited to see what's, because I'm not expecting anything like The Witcher at all.
No.
But I'm expecting it to kind of change things again. You know, be one of those watershed
Your head
moments.
will be mounted on a Digitlux Cleaning Unit 3000.
Sweet.
And you will be working on the
Wow.
3287th
I'm really glad I'm working
floor
for these
of
people,
Avalon
Max.
Heights
Yeah, right?
as the junior
Making the world better.
apprentice unit.
Right.
Sorry, William.
Sorry, William.
Sorry, William.
Fucked you over.
I'm to be the junior apprentice. Please pass me over to Mr. Buckley. I'm
That's
keen
funny.
to get to work.
Well, good, because you're going to be
You
doing a lot of
understand that
working.
We can no longer be friends, right? I like you and your pet human, but it just wouldn't be the done thing to be seen with you.
Oh,
Fuck
I
you, William.
understand. I am happy for you. Goodbye, William.
Okay.
Get the feeling this game's a little weird, Max.
Yeah.
Hey, we got $1,600. You want to go get drunk?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What else is there?
Yeah, a
to
thing you can do,
Still be-
right?
Future. Or in a rural town,
I like the
or
reflections.
anywhere.
Oh, I don't think they're in real time, though. I mean, they look good. Like, the reflections in the rain puddles, they look really good. But I don't think they're in real time.
I
No.
do not.
That would be
Okay.
impressive, but
Me
it
neither.
would be
Well, he
that's a
took
lot of
William to his
computing
new
power,
home.
like
I think we
realistic
should
world.
go
Like
and
even a
check
game
on
like
ours.
Spider-Man on the PS4
have a
doesn't do
home.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it big? Does
Though
it
I
have
bet you
a
by the end of, like, this
I have
generation of
my
consoles,
own
like the
home.
PS5,
Sorry,
that will probably
Camus,
be one
it's
of the, like
not
the
really a home,
the big
it's just a
things,
place
like
where we can
all
stay for a
real-time
while.
reflections
And it's
and
I mean,
all
I
we can
think
afford on
that's
a
like
Cloudpunk
standard
salary.
with ray tracing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That I mean,
No
as far
bill
as
there.
light doing
I'm not
naturally its
even
own
sure
thing,
we
I
have
think
running
reflections
water.
is part of it. I
Maybe
might
we
be
can
wrong.
Go somewhere nicer if Cloudpunk pays us lots.
Camus, life is going to be hard here in Nivalis. You need to prepare yourself for that. Even this place might be too expensive. We can't afford to mess up.
I
Got
can't
it?
afford to
One
feed you,
bad
dog.
night and we could be evicted.
I'm gonna have to
I
eat you
understand.
fucking now.
So don't get
Did they explain
excited
why
about
the
this
dog
new
talks?
place. It's not much.
They probably did.
Okay,
And
okay,
we missed
I
it.
understand. I am still
I'm
excited.
okay though.
Because we were bitching about Trump.
Yep, that's okay.
Story
Dude,
of my
I had
life.
I took the day off last Friday.
Nice.
It's the first. I mean, I've had days off, you know, as far as like me not working, but as far as like a day I'm supposed to work, and I haven't taken any vacations here because COVID.
Yep.
And because right now my main gig I'm working 3 days a week.
Yeah.
But I definitely took a sick day for the first time in a couple of years.
You know, I've been thinking about that. Go on with your
Yeah.
story first, but I'll share my sad story with you.
Oh,
after
I'm
you're done.
sorry.
No, it's not.
Well, I'll be quick. I've been experiencing some, like, every year I get some kind of like sinus weirdness. I get sinusitis or some kind of sinus infection, and I get like sinus induced vertigo with it. I get a little dizzy, and I feel like every year it happens a little bit. And then this year, I got it like 3 weeks ago
Yeah.
for a night, and then last Thursday when I was at Target, I freaked out. I thought like I was just in one of the aisles, and I thought an earthquake happened. Like the ground just shot up 3 feet.
Oh
And I
shit.
freaked out, and I was like, whoa. And then I realized it was like in my head, like a shock went through my head.
I
and
gotta
was
quit
so
sniffing glue.
dizzy. Yeah. Like, dude, I sat on the floor at a Target and called Addie because I thought I had an aneurysm.
Oh crap.
And like they run in my family, and so it's just like,
Oh
okay,
shit, dude. That sucks.
something blew up in my brain. Like something happened, because it was like a shock that happened. It wasn't painful, but it was just like a shock, and like the ground shot up, even though it didn't. And I
Uh-huh.
was just so disoriented. So I think it's just related to my sinuses.
Okay.
And it hasn't happened that bad since Thursday, but
No,
I'm
I can verify that probably was a sinus related thing, because like when I get
Do you get
really
dizziness?
bad like sinus infections or sinus headaches, like
Yeah.
like, and this isn't a regular occurrence for me. This is like the most severe of the severe.
Mhm.
Like it can feel like the room is like shifting on you.
Here's
Yeah,
what I can offer you
it's when the sinuses get filled up, you know, when stuff happens to your ears, it just throws your equilibrium off. Like, and
Thanks.
I've definitely been having my ears
today. I
popping,
look forward to seeing you again.
you know, having the pain behind my eye.
Uh-huh.
So I definitely have some sinus stuff going on. And I saw a doctor. I took the day off, saw a doctor, and I got a steroid pack.
Yeah.
So talking about future, like,
Stim packs.
getting the stim packs and everything.
You need a stim
Uh,
pack, kid. Got your
I'm
stim
like on
pack.
day 5 of a stim pack, and the dizziness has gone down. I feel like certain ways, if I cradle my head, I can still feel it, but
Yeah.
I'm doing a lot better. So it was weird. That was scary. Like, I've gotten the dizziness before, but that was like something happened in my brain, and I was, I'm like trying to Google all the stuff that I remember from nursing school. Like, there was something about this Meniere's disease. But
Why?
it's like
Fucking. This is why I don't drive on the roads, Max. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
no, it's just I was freaking myself out a bit. But
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing better.
Like the first time you get heartburn and you think you're having a heart attack.
All right.
It's the worst.
I need to see. I've made some doctor's appointments, which I've been not wanting to do all year because with my insurance, finding a doctor is really annoying. Their doctor finder is just so stupid. So I'm seeing my dermatologist because they didn't want to renew my finasteride until I saw them. So it's like, I'm fine. I'll fucking see you again. And then a general practitioner, I really don't know who I saw last year. And I wanted to see them again, but it's like, I'll just see someone close by because I saw someone in the burbs. And it's like, okay, well, our soonest appointment is like September 22nd. And this was like 3 days ago I made the appointment. So it's just fine. Like, I hope my weird colon stabbing pains are just nothing,
God.
man. I've been getting weird pains lately, and it is like, one, I have like a weird left testicle thing. I don't know what's going on there, but I feel like every time, so many of my movements, I'm just straining. Like when I lift weights the wrong way.
Oh yeah,
like,
that kind of testicle pain.
Do you ever get that? Like if you're lifting,
I think that's called a hernia, dude.
It's not a hernia, but I'm
fucking
straining
hernia.
a little too much, like in my groin. And
Fucking
now I've
hernia,
noticed,
man. I don't know much about medicine, but that's a fucking hernia. Oh god.
Hopefully it's not anything serious. Hopefully not a hernia or like torsion or anything crazy like that. I don't think so.
Oh dude, yeah, torsions suck.
But
I knew somebody had one of those. That's not a fun day.
No. Oh god.
It's literally your nuts twisting around themselves and like strangling each other.
And yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, that can get,
oh god,
that,
I need a
think
drink.
I would notice. That'd be very painful, and that would like.
I was gonna say you wouldn't be shooting 2 episodes of Play the Hits tonight. You'd be in the OER.
That can get necrotic pretty quickly.
Oh god.
But yeah, I there's that, and then just sometimes, every once in a while, I get like stabbing pains,
Janice, can you read
and
me?
it's like
I'm
over
in the
in a
apartment.
split second.
You're authorized to access
But
the
I
systems
know
in
it's
here.
like deep pain,
I am here.
or it's just like, okay,
It is
I really only
amazing.
feel my colon working,
There's a table
pooping,
and a balcony,
and that's where the pain
and the
is.
roof
Like you don't
perfectly
feel stuff
fits on
there
top of the walls.
otherwise.
Uh-huh.
So
it's all right, I
it's
guess.
like, maybe I don't know. Maybe they're gonna say I
I'd
need a
love to be
colon
able to
surgery or
decorate,
something,
you know?
but
Make it
something's
less
going on.
clinical.
So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Do you remember the birds?
I'm
we
not
had
too
back
worried,
home?
but I got to see a doctor.
They landed
Yeah.
on the window
Yeah,
ledge.
those things always
I
suck.
could never catch
What's
them.
going on with you? You said you had
Oh
a
no,
sad
I
story.
was just thinking like recently, like with all the shit going on, I should just like
Almost 50 within the property.
I've used so few
Do me a favor,
vacation
Camus.
days this
Never
year. Like I
mention
should just
rats
take like a
again.
mental health day and
Okay.
just like
There are
play
also
video
a
games.
number of rare breeds
But
of
like then I
dogs.
realized like there's a
Ugh,
couple reasons that I
also
just
not
straight up
good.
can't do that right now.
Come on, we should
So like
get back to work.
Mondays are my
If I
usual
get a
day
bonus
off.
tonight, maybe I can
Mhm.
buy a picture. Or
And I'm watching
dinner,
Michael
or
during those
something.
days, which is great because I love playing with him. But
Yeah.
but then like so Tuesdays are really my Mondays, which is like the busiest day of the week. It's like get in, respond to all the emails that have piled up over the weekend, make appointments and visitations and stuff like that, which is fine. But then Wednesday we have like staff meetings and
So
study
I just
groups,
go to the
which
door
I'm leading,
and-
right? So
Yeah.
can't miss that. Thursday we're recording for Sunday services, the online ones, so obviously
No.
can't miss that. And then Friday, I'm the only person in the office in the morning, and then 2 in the afternoon, I'm actually editing and putting the online service on the internet. So even if that's
Are they expecting
mostly from home, I'm still like working a lot on Fridays.
Oh yeah.
So like there's no like real day during the week that I could just take off and veg out. And like even if I could, like Michael would still be home with his sitters, so I'd feel obligated like every single time like he has a moment to just, get up and help.
Yeah, I
So-
get that. Dude, writing
Understood.
sermons, I don't I don't know, man.
And
Like
14
for
hours.
however
that's the
long
easy
you're
part.
talking, I feel like that's 5
This has
times
been a
at least
tough
as
night
much
for the
time
company.
writing it.
We're
Like,
Well, so the
understaffed,
way I
overworked,
write,
and we
like,
keep losing contact with drivers.
I just kind of like
There's
write the
something
main
in the
ideas and
air
I just talk.
Be careful.
and you just talk. You're
Yeah.
natural. Well, I guess that's what all those years of
Past infractions
were
are forgiven.
learning about this
Understood.
stuff so you can talk
Understood.
about it.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, because I'd be like, I don't. What the fuck do I talk about?
Right.
God is good. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Don't be an asshole. Alright, guess we got a new job. This is a fucking cool apartment.
Yeah, man. What was she talking about? Getting down on the dog leg? gonna
Getting
be hard.
down on the dog.
No, man.
No.
No, let's not turn this
Aw.
into Black Mirror.
Yeah, right. Getting down
Like,
on the dog.
It's like,
Now, wait, where
sorry,
are my
doggo,
upgrades?
Life is gonna be hard, but I don't know.
Where's
I
my
like
retro
your
console?
8-bit
Where's my-
ceiling fan?
Yeah, right. It's not a real ceiling fan. It's just a light that looks like a fan. It makes you think
it
you're
doesn't
cool.
provide any. Yeah.
I think I should buy what, the refrigerator? Or a
Pizza
lamp.
subscription
Pizza subscription for sure.
Oh,
or a music player. Actually, that's pretty cheap too.
I want light.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we've tricked out our apartment.
I like that they just immediately come in. It's just
Oh,
like
hey,
you
there's
have
my
unlocked
pizza.
these features that were already there.
Is this
Just
all
like an
cosmetic?
Intel
Did I just like blow
processor.
all my money on cosmetics? That's what I
What
did,
else are
didn't
you
I?
gonna blow it on?
These are all cosmetic upgrades. I didn't even buy a refrigerator, which is like the most practical one of the lot.
Well, you got the pizza subscription.
I did get the pizza
Who
subscription.
needs a fridge?
But fucking no, I'll come back and buy more shit. This is like my reward to myself. But yeah,
Yeah.
so that was kind of like a depressing revelation. Like that, basically, right now, just because of COVID, I can't
Yeah,
really
like
take.
when could you?
Yeah, like there's no realistic time where, like, so even if I took the day off, like I'd be coming back to like quadruple the work the next day, which would suck worse than just not taking the day
So
off.
if you took one day off, you would just be thinking about the
Right.
double work.
Exactly.
You have to do the next day.
That's just weird, and I'm sure that's true for a lot of people in a lot of different jobs right now. But it was still kind of just like a shitty revelation because I was thinking, like
yeah.
it would be great, like when Cyberpunk comes out, to just take a whole day and like maybe give myself like an extra day of the weekend and just dominate that game. But
Yeah.
probably not gonna happen until like actual Christmas week.
Yeah. Sounds like right now, and this probably isn't even tenable, but instead of taking a day off, you'd have to take a few days off
Mhm.
just so it's actually worth it.
Yeah,
Like,
right. And then like there's
I'm
the
sorry,
whole.
I don't have that. Like,
No, it's cool.
at least
but-
not right now.
But then too, like I'm thinking like like cold season is coming up too. Like what if like I actually need to take a sick day? That would suck too.
Yeah.
Like
You
not
wanna
just
get-
I don't feel like coming into work today, but like I shouldn't come into work today.
Like you actually, yeah. And
Like
you want to
the-
get paid for that.
Yeah. Like the one day that I could see it working out decently would be a Tuesday, but like I said, that's my Monday. So like
Here's what I could offer you today.
like how when even like if you're legitimately sick on the first day of the
I
week,
look
people are
forward to
always like,
seeing
"Hey,
you
you're
again."
taking a 3-day weekend, huh?" Like,
Yep.
like most of the
There's no
time,
way around
yeah,
that.
but sometimes no.
Sometimes it's legitimate. Yeah, that's what I was feeling. I was so hesitant to take Friday off for myself
Yeah.
because it's just like, oh, Max is starting the weekend early, and it's kind of what we're conditioned.
Yeah.
Like conditioned one to
Well,
feel
no,
guilty as
because
shit
like
about
you remember
it, which
when we were like
sucks.
fucking students and we were working part-time jobs, and like if we ever called in, it was like the end of the fucking world.
We're conditioned that way because it's just like you can't like, no, we need you. You
That's
can't go
one
in.
thing that I really don't miss about like old student jobs as opposed to having an actual career, right? Like,
Dude,
even if I personally like feel bad about it or like I'm gonna pay for this just in my workload later, like at the very least, like if I just call in and say like, hey, I have to take off, like everyone's always
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, hope you feel better. It's not
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
There's
the
a
whole
lot of
place
shit
is
I don't
gonna
miss,
fucking,
man.
you can't miss this shift. Do you know what a fucking bind this puts me in? It's like, dude, like fuck you. It's a
Fuck you.
grocery store, man. It'll be fine.
Also, your job and what you do is a lot more important now than whatever you did back then.
Right.
And it's just, you're young, and
Right.
yeah, for
And
a
then they step
retail
on you a
job
little bit. Like
that,
they want to
Yeah.
work you for all they can because you're a minimum wage worker, and
Yep.
what else? What other prospects do you have? And
yeah, and what other job, what other money
Right.
prospects for money do you have right then? So they kind of know you'll put
They,
up
they
with
can hold it
more.
over your head, and you have to put up with it. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I
you're
would
right.
never
It's-
if my life fell apart and I couldn't do what I do now. The last thing I would do is probably ever go into retail again. I would shovel shit before I went back into retail.
Like literal shit.
Like literal shit.
Yeah,
I would go to
backbreaking
the
labor.
zoo and I would apply at the monkey cages to shovel that shit.
Dude, I get you.
Oh
Really.
man, retail was absolutely the worst.
There's actually a lot I don't miss from college days. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, there's
Oh yeah, there's a
one
lot
of the
I
best
do
times
miss.
of my
but-
life.
Yeah,
There's a lot I miss.
but
then I
the
think
work
about-
environment was not one of them.
And you hear these things like, oh, the real world, like whatever the fuck that is, like
Right.
it's gonna be so much harder when you get a career. And it's like, yeah, there are definitely
to
the
quote,
challenges.
yeah,
But as far as having to have a part-time job, 24 hours.
Yep.
I think at my most I was working 3 8-hour days while going to school full time. I will never have to do that
No.
again if I don't want to. And that was difficult. There was a lot of
to,
stuff. And
to
then I
quote
think about
John
as a
Mayer, it
kid-
turns out there is no real world.
Yeah.
You just
then
get
when you're a kid in
acclimated to
elementary
different kinds of
school,
bullshit.
There's a lot of shit that you have, oh, you can't go to the No, you can't go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, dude,
you
fuck
need to stay
that.
here in class. And it's just no.
That is the most arbitrary fucking thing.
How the hell did we put up with
We
that?
have
Right?
this package, but will Lomo
We were
think
fucking
are
8 years
undercover
old,
corp
that's
sec?
how.
Because
We don't
exactly,
look
because you're a
like
kid,
undercover
and it's just
corp
oh, I'm
What
sorry,
would
I even
undercover
asked.
corp sec look
That's
like,
that was wrong of me.
I guess
Right.
maybe like us.
Sorry, I have to use the
We have
bathroom.
to act
Right.
natural, not suspicious.
Or
Exactly.
just asking the wrong question on
Not
a
to
bad
act not
day for a
suspicious when
teacher,
you're
and they're
worried
just
about being
no.
killed.
Right?
You know
And then
what
they
else
explode
doesn't
on you.
help?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
right,
happened to me a couple
talking
times as a
too
kid, and
much.
I
Yeah.
always felt guilty
You're learning
Yeah,
from
right.
this,
Like
Kevin.
Why
it's
did
because
I
I'm
say that?
stupid, right?
because I'm the kid.
Not
so I'm
because it
stupid.
turns out that this adult who I have to trust is kind of immature.
Yeah.
You know? And I can't
Yeah.
comprehend that because they're an adult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, those. Yeah, you're right.
There's some fucked up stuff.
Childhood is bullshit.
It
why,
really is.
why am I so nostalgic for this shit? But no, most of my nostalgia from childhood just pretty much has to do with video games.
Yeah, me too. That's most of it.
Like I said, there's a reason that I
No.
love High Score Girl so much, is because that was my that was straight up my escape.
Yeah. That was a good. Did you finish that show?
Yeah, I did, and I was
such a
kind of
good
disappointed that it's pretty much just over.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's done.
It's done.
And it is one of those beautiful things where it's it's never gonna peter out and
No.
get kind of bad.
But at the same
You know,
time, I do want to see them get back together in person. You know?
Yeah, that's
Like,
true.
Give me a fucking wedding episode. Let me know everything turns out okay for those
Yeah,
two.
let me know it's actually okay. You
Yeah,
know, and
right.
it didn't turn out more realistically where he
Where they just lose touch and never fucking talk
Yeah,
again. you know?
like real life.
That's the problem with real
Oh, shit.
life, right?
Yeah.
If you're 14 and watching that show, you're probably pretty happy because oh man, they're gonna work it out just fine. You're 30 years old and you're watching that show. It's he's never fucking seeing her again.
You know how that story ends.
She's fucking gone. She's going to LA to meet her real future husband.
Yeah. She's gonna have guys all over her. She's rich.
And to be fair, I really feel the intention of the writer of that show is of course they make it, but you don't fucking know that from the context, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to.
And I would have loved to see him go through more eras.
Yeah, I know.
It
I do
was
feel
kinda cool,
at the very end of the series, he went from 0 to 60 really fast. You know, he
Yeah.
went from being clueless in the second to last episode to oh yes, I love this person and I'm going to be with them forever.
It's I'm in love with this person. I'm driving my moped now.
Yeah,
They
right.
built some things up slowly,
They
like
did.
him getting the job.
Yeah, that was cool.
I guess getting the moped and stuff. He started to become more reliable. And
Well,
with
that was the
school,
thing. He
too.
was always reliable. It's just that that's why I relate to the show so much. Is that the stereotype surrounding gamers has always been that you're just lazy layabouts and you don't contribute anything, and that's just not
Yeah,
fair or true.
yeah.
And
It was a
that was the great thing to see him actually go out and defy all of those stereotypes that
Yeah.
people used to have. And these days it's less so. But even then, if gaming is your main hobby, it's why don't you have a real hobby? It's
Yeah.
because this is fucking my real hobby.
Or that's gonna go like you're more likely to just lose yourself in that and not do anything with your life. It's
Yeah,
just
like you're wasting your time, and like
Yeah.
you're not gonna have any like realistic or marketable skills as a result.
Yeah, it's like yeah,
and you
that
know, like
can
if
happen,
you're
and
like
it can happen with
legitimately
anything.
addicted, yeah,
Like-
like you can be addicted to football and not know how to do anything else,
Yeah,
right?
just sit on the couch all day watching.
But
the
no one
game, drinking
acknowledges
beer.
that because football's football in America,
All American.
right? Yeah. Of course he's gonna go somewhere with football. Like no, like you're like 5'2" 10th grader who's like really into the Indianapolis Colts probably isn't gonna make a career out of football. So
Yeah.
like maybe he should occupy his time with something else. But
Mm.
God forbid you say that. But again, like I like to think that I'm like one of the living examples of this. Like I think a lot of my creative energy and my ability as a writer to the fact that I played a lot of role-playing games as a kid and like really got invested in those stories and
That's true.
characters and like how to tell a good story and like
You had to read a lot
Yeah,
as
right.
a young kid, but
Yeah.
yeah, how to tell a good story, you
Mhm.
know, and theming.
Yeah.
And motivation for characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yeah,
If
I
there's
don't
a lot of
write video
creativity
games
you're
and I don't
exposed
write
to.
about video games, but at the same time, like a lot of my writing chops are a direct result of video games. So
And not only that,
It's not
but even
wasted
just
time.
like, I mean, at a young age, it's part of like shaping your personality.
yeah, totally.
You know, shaping who you are, shaping your energy, your charisma,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not something to be, underestimated when
Yeah.
you're
And
in a
it's like the same
career
thing
and
as,
you want people to like you.
Yeah. It's kind of the same thing as
That
like
gets you
like
places.
before video games it was comic books, right? Like, oh, you're wasting those time with like those stupid comic book stories and fairy tales. I'd fucking
Mhm.
like definitely rather have my kid be influenced by Spider-Man than by like half the people you see on television right now. So,
Yeah, seriously. That's definitely
the
true.
hell do I go?
I'd rather have my kid be influenced by like a Marvel superhero or something than our president. Like,
yeah, right, exactly. Like who do you aspire to be right now? Do you like aspire to be like the crooks in Washington because, you can hardly call any of them role models anymore? Or would you rather like give your child like a fictional character, admitted like this is not reality, but like still something that teaches a hell of a lot better lesson than anything that they're seeing in
Yeah.
reality right now. So
Written by people who, maybe this is the ideal world they want to see.
Yeah, right.
And this is just as people
Yeah.
what we'd want to see and how we should treat each other. Yeah.
yeah, that's why like Spider-Man is
Package that
probably
in
still like
something
my
exciting.
favorite from the Marvel universe, right? Like he's like this great like beating heart for the whole franchise, right?
Yeah.
Like he's just like unabashedly and like optimistically good, like for the sake of being good. And like that's not a bad thing to teach your kids. And like, yeah, he just happens to fly around the city like punching bad guys. That's cool too.
Yeah.
You want to do
That
that?
is cool.
You do
Yeah,
that.
It's a bonus.
Yeah. And yeah, his ass
Speaking of
looks great in
shoveling
those
shit.
tights. That's fine too.
Speaking of shoveling shit, I am on the lookout for a job.
Oh really? Oh,
Not-
that's right. You
not
told me
from-
about that.
Yeah, not for my full-time gig, but did I tell you I was let go from the surgery center?
Yeah, you did.
Oh, okay. Oh, whoops.
No, that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, right?
No, they didn't let me go until like this past Thursday.
Oh shit!
They
No,
just-
you didn't tell me
they-
that then.
They
you,
haven't
you,
been.
You told
they
me that
haven't
you were
been
looking
having
for
me come
something
into
else,
work.
like in a previous episode.
Yeah. I've been looking for jobs because it just hasn't been stable.
But now
work.
it's a little more
Like-
urgent.
It used to be if I wanted to work twice a week, I could work twice a week.
Uh-huh.
But otherwise, Thursday was always reliable. And then COVID happened, and it was 6 weeks where they were just off. Like no one was going to a day surgery center getting an operation done.
Yeah.
And then it picked up again, and I was able to. And then it was like I would get a week off here and there, and then it was 4 weeks.
Oh!
Where,
You know how fucking scary that would be if you lived in that like little spire there. Jesus!
it's just like, why does this happen multiple times a day?
Right? Why do people
like,
always want to thread the needle there?
2 weeks they weren't. Basically, 2 weeks
Yeah.
I was off, and they said, "Oh, don't come in." And then 2 weeks they weren't calling me, like they weren't saying anything. And so this past week I was going to message my supervisor and be like, "Okay, what's going on? I haven't even heard anything from you."
Right.
But they messaged me first and said, "You know what? We need someone with more availability."
Oh, bull.
So yeah, and it was hard not to take that personally where
Yeah,
it's
right, like-
are they really just are they letting me go because they actually didn't like my performance, or was
Yeah.
I not quick enough for them, or what? Like
More
you know,
availability. That's like
was-
such. That's like the biggest cheese. You know, like what kind of a lame
It's
ass
also
excuse
like-
is that?
if I'm PRN, even if I'm not working, like you can still keep me on. You can keep me on staff.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, in a
and that's
fucking
what PRN
hospital,
is, like,
right?
Like I don't have to work every week. So,
Uh-huh.
but at the same time, you know, it's just as well because I do want something a little more stable where
Yeah.
you know, I could have it, you know, one day a
It
week.
could,
and
like-
pretty much need it.
Framing it positively could just be like a good like kick in the pants to get you like really motivated to find what you want, which wouldn't be a bad thing.
And
but-
it was because before I wasn't really applying, and over the weekend I applied to 14 jobs.
Nice. There you
So,
go.
Yeah, mostly PACU, like post anesthesia recovery, but some psychiatric stuff too.
Oh, cool.
Not in my hospital, but I did apply for some stuff under the big company that basically it's the biggest healthcare system in Illinois. So people can figure that out.
Cool.
But yeah, not in my hospital directly, because I've done the inpatient there, and people will think like, "Oh yeah, you know what you're doing." It's like, well, it's been months. One and
fucking know
two, I
what
just
I'm
want to
doing.
experience something different. I know what
I
it's
am
like
the
here.
man.
I want to see what it's like somewhere else. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But I've already gotten calls from mostly the staffing agencies because they're the ones that are the thirstiest. So
Uh-huh.
they're like, yeah, fill out your profile, and you know, some surgery centers will get in contact with you, which is like, okay, cool.
God damn it.
So,
Max, how the hell do I get over there?
or, I don't know, hook shot.
Right? Where's the goddamn hookshot upgrade? I couldn't get over there from that end.
You have to have the will of the warrior.
Sin Wave Nightclub. Sounds fucking awesome, man. I want to go to a
I
nightclub.
want to get in there.
Come on.
Yeah.
So maybe was this actually the entrance, and I was just too stupid to figure out how to open the door? Damn it!
Wait, where at?
The way that I just went before.
Gamble responsibly with Oliara Casino.
I have no idea.
I gotta be honest, with you, this is like the biggest freaking surprise of a game.
As far as an indie game, yeah, I did not expect this.
I love
kind
this,
of
man.
depth
This is great. Like I get that a lot of it is like
Fluff.
you could level
Yeah.
a real criticism that it's just like drive from point A to point B, but like
Yeah.
it's so much fun to do that. Like
It also looks like you
It's a
could
driving
park
sim, but
anywhere.
that's it.
Like you think about No More Heroes or something that tried to have an open world, did not work because most of it was completely empty,
Yeah.
other than like the kind of Korok or I don't know, FF15 didn't really have a gimmick of something to like, oh yeah, you could find these all over the place, but
Yeah.
you know, in No More Heroes, it was balls. It was like these little rubber balls that you would find around the city.
It's fucking balls.
And other than that, it was just like the city looked totally lifeless and empty. And it had people walking all over it and buildings, but it just didn't look lived in. And
yeah,
the people
right.
you could run over with
It's-
no punishments.
It's really weird, like, to look at an open world game and like try to put your finger on what makes it look alive versus, you know, static. Because, for instance, Breath of the Wild, largely empty, right? Like you're out in the field, it's
Yeah.
just you and nature and Korok seeds just running around. Okay, this isn't the entrance. God damn it. But at the same time, like that is one of like the most brilliantly realized open worlds out there. Like it's a constant joy to explore, right?
Yeah, you have to make it interesting, even if it is, oh, it's post-apocalyptic and these are ruins and stuff.
Mhm.
They built it in such a way that, one, there's treasure you actually want to find in a whole bunch of places, and two, how the Koroks were found is that there's just something off about the environment.
just
so you're
look
always
around.
looking for that.
Yep.
And then three, just what they did with perspective, like you naturally, oh, let me go find this
Oh,
tower.
son of a
Oh, now
bitch.
I see this other thing in the distance. Oh, they made the
balls.
shrines like light up. Like really good world design there, where you just want to naturally explore everything about this big world.
Yeah.
Oh, here we
To
go.
deliver a
There we go. Just had to talk to the
Sure you
bouncer.
are. Fuck off.
Look, I need to get past. They're expecting me in the VIP area upstairs.
I want to go to the
Make it work in a
VIP
while.
area.
How?
We get that
I
a
don't
lot,
have
lady.
Much money.
I don't want money. Get me some juice.
Juice?
Juice.
Tramadol bottles. Courtside aren't allowed to hold them. So if you bring me some, I know you ain't a cop and I can sell them.
Oh, for God's sake. All right.
Well,
Jews.
why didn't you pick up juice and that one guy left?
Gotta go buy some Jews. You got any Jews?
You from the East, lady? You're good.
Yes,
Juice.
I think he does.
Thank you.
I saw the avatar. It's like,
Thanks.
yeah, this guy sells.
This guy
Folks from the
totally.
East are good with
Good
me.
thing he like doesn't hide what he does at all. You know, he just walks around like a big fucking pill on your radar.
Yeah, right.
Drugs. Get your drugs.
Get your drugs here.
Get your illegal narcotics right fucking here.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, he's easy.
You want meth? I got meth. Meth. Free meth. Try one. Try one today. Free samples of crystal meth right here. I don't know why. That's so funny. Oh god. I got heroin, BCP, ecstasy. You want something hotter? I can make you something hot. I'll mix it up myself. 5 for 1. 5 for 1 right over here. Jesus Christ. The future's
Gotta love
awesome.
The entrepreneurial spirit.
Right? I'll even snort it right in front of you so that you know it's the highest quality product. My god.
Something about a
I'm
man
the
who will
delivery
just
driver. I have your
will
package.
do anything.
He
for
just
the
loves
money
his
he
job
needs.
as a drug dealer.
Or maybe, yeah.
Packages.
He just really
He
likes
retired.
He's really he's got like that go-getter attitude that like you really want in like a middle management type, but he just dedicated himself to drugs.
You bring me packages. No questions. No mistakes.
Oh
We'll be
man.
friends. If you let me down, probably not.
I understand.
What's your name?
Give him a fake
Rania.
name. God damn it.
Well, Rania, I have some advice for you. You want to hear it?
Sure,
Sure.
scary cyborg guy man.
You got a don't fuck with me look on your face. But those are some clean hands. In the city, you've got to adapt quick. All the shit in the world ends up in the sea. But we still swim in it.
What?
If you dilute anything enough, it becomes tolerable.
Oh, is
You
this
hear
the
what
thing
I'm
like
saying?
everything down below the city is water?
Not really.
I guess that makes
The
sense.
city moves real fast, and you got to move with it. You make a million choices a day to survive in Nevalis. And some of those
I would
choices
take
are
your
better
advice to
than
heart a
others.
lot more if you would
You
just
ain't got
fucking
time to
blink,
think
dude.
about that. You just keep moving. Understand?
I think so.
All right. Get going then, Rania. Cora willing, you might just make it through the night.
Drugs! Get your drugs here!
Also, what's going on with this nightclub? It's outside? Like,
Yeah, sure.
it's just raining still everywhere.
Yeah. Is that a stripper? The graphics make it hard to tell. Is she naked?
Is she naked or
Like, what am I seeing here? Those boobs?
I don't think so.
I think those are
that's
boobs.
just weird
It's like
midriff.
it's like boobs, but with Weird Al Yankovic's head.
Camus, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Camus, people keep mentioning Cora. What is it?
Drugs.
Not sure.
It's
Just
drugs.
an expression?
Yeah, I get that, but it must come from somewhere.
It's a race
Do a
thing.
basic search through Open Web and PubWeb.
Searching.
Yeah, it's drugs.
872 different definitions for Cora.
Oh,
Just
great.
give me the gist.
In the city of Nevalis, Cora can be used in common parlance to refer to the personification of luck or fate. Can be uttered as a blessing or a curse.
Oh, so everyone's a
Can refer to the
philosopher.
hacker
All right.
collective or cult of the same name. Can be an expletive or used as a noun to refer to the AI governing specific aspects of logistics, theology, sociology, or infrastructure
wonder if it's
of
that
city
one.
operation.
Yeah, right.
In historical context,
You're gonna
can
fight some
refer to
crazy
the-
AI.
Okay, that's plenty. You know, you really need to learn a bit about the word relevance, Camus.
Yeah, come on,
Should I
talking
look it
dog.
up?
Why aren't you
Wait.
smarter?
We have an incoming call.
Get you there. Ready for another job.
Sure thing. Hey, Control.
You're gonna like
What
go to
is
sleep at some
Cora?
point.
Nah.
A code word used by hackers.
Somehow I get the
Says
feeling
an
this city wouldn't
anarchist
look as
group,
cool
an
during the day.
expression for when you're
Oh, wait.
tired of shit.
Actually, I kind of get
During
the
the day.
feeling from the clouds that
it's
there's no
better.
such thing as day
Just
anymore.
Give me my next
Yeah,
job.
yeah, that's like Matrix Sky right there.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this city is built on the ashes of the old cities.
Yeah.
Never slow Joe.
Yeah,
Control out.
that's what's happening.
Camus,
Joe.
are you there?
Here,
Camus, I want you to do a deep search. For
I can't help
Cora.
but feel like we're relying a
Not
little too much on
mainstream
the
corp
talking
networks.
dog.
Hit the deep net and the undernet.
Like, I get that he's a
Just
talking
makes me a
dog.
little uneasy.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. You got a talking dog. I'm not ready to, like, trust it with my bank account, you know? And other shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I want my dog to be the guy in the seat, even if it does talk.
Right?
I don't feel good.
I don't want tax advice from my dog. I just, like, when I think of talking dog, I think of, like, who wants a treat? I do.
Take yourself off
Not like, hey, dog, can you open up the internet for me real quick and get me the name of a good barber? I'm not trusting my dog with that.
Remember.
You're looking for Cora, remember? I want old data.
You know what this reminds me of just a little bit now that I look at it, the way that the cars move and everything? Fucking, what was the worst Star Wars movie? Attack of the Clones. Remember, like, right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Coruscant, when they're, like, flying around and shit? It looks like that, but it's cool.
It's cool, though.
It looked cool. Like, that scene looked cool, but everything about that movie was just so bad.
Yeah.
Let's see here. We've got we're about at the end of the episode. I want to look and see what, like, some of these other arrows are. Like, are there side quests here, or, like, am I just pretty much on rails following the story?
You're certainly not on rails. Yeah, I wonder what the things are.
No, you're definitely not on rails. There's collectibles, which I've been getting. Let's see here. What's an ascender? Character, corpse sec. I just saw a bunch of Ascender logos. What are those?
Well, is that to get to a different part of the map, then?
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Higher parts?
Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Because let's see, how high up can I go on my own? Actually, pretty high. No, this is about it. Okay. This game just, like, has its aesthetic down pat, though.
Yeah. I dig the music, too, actually.
Yeah, I'm feeling it. Like, overall, like, I'm really glad we just settled on this, like, randomly.
Yeah.
We just wanted something different from Ocarina of Time, but, like, not like a full-on, like, side, like, 70-hour project or something, just...
Like, I didn't think it was open like this. Like, I don't know if I just wasn't looking at the right trailers, but the breadth of it is surprising.
Yeah. And, I mean, like I said, it's got that, you know, like you said, that's sort of like PS1, PS2 graphical look to it, but, you know, like, certainly by design. Not like these were technical limitations or budget limitations. We just, you know, wanted to make something that looked like it could be constructed in Minecraft, but is just exceedingly, like, well lit and...
Yeah,
they did
something
a
like
good
this.
job.
It's all about the artistic vision.
Yeah,
for sure.
Like they had a very clear artistic vision and they nailed it. All right, well, now that we've talked extensively about the real world, let's do like one more upgrade to our car and we'll call this an episode.
That sounds good.
Yeah. All right, mechanic, what do you got for me? Whoa.
Oh, you just
I just rocketed right out of my freaking car. Let's see here. Speed booster?
Let's see. What's the red tracer? I thought you already got
That's
one.
what I accidentally bought. You can only have the red tracer or the blue tracer at a time.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, we got a speed booster.
Let's check it out.
Check this shit out. You ready for this? Ooh!
Oh, yeah.
Actually, that's substantial.
Looks like the camera's now changed. It
Yeah.
doesn't follow you as closely.
Kind of accommodates you a little bit. That might have been a mistake, though, because I have 18 bucks. Oh, God, and I'm supposed to go to another garage. Okay, now I have 68 bucks. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Let's just drop this shit off.
You just get money.
Oh, God. There we go.
Now you gotta make repairs.
I don't notice, like, it says repair damage, but I don't notice, like, a health bar on my car, do you? There's gas.
No, I wonder if it's, like, hidden stuff.
Maybe it's just, like, how on fire your car is.
Sure.
You don't know what it is, do you?
Not a fucking clue, dude.
Nope. It regulates the hydraulic output of the water tanks.
Sounds right. Put it on my car.
Fast, but without it, you got no
Well, your car run on water? Sure.
Residue from the runoff.
Look, man, I just go from point A to point B. I don't ask no questions.
Out here no more. Only the fancy overcloud hovas can run without a drive
Hovas?
converter because
I've been
they
pronouncing
use
it hova.
pure H2O. You're not listening, are you?
Nope.
I
No.
think they need this pretty quickly.
You're right, they do. You better get going.
Thanks,
What
Emmett.
do they do with it when
Yeah.
they get it?
You look like an
They
Emmett.
don't mess
You look
around.
like an Emmett.
That's the main thing they do, or don't do.
You look like a
Once
Joe
they
the
stick
plumber.
the drive converter in the
God, whatever
universal
happened to
maintenance
Joe the
slot
plumber?
Under the passenger seat, the servitors
All right, Max,
will
here's your
come
homework
down
for
on
next
the fly.
episode. I need you to look
Unless
up and
they've
tell
got
me
an old man.
what the hell happened to Joe the
which
plumber.
case,
And this is very
Probably
important.
not a plumber anymore.
Never mind.
Right. I don't think he ever was a plumber, dude. But this is very important. Find out, did he voice Emmett in this game? We'll see you next
Can
time.
do. See you then.